Hi, welcome to Texas Long with Mig Howe. Today we're going to do your source for real truth, okay? We're doing a story today on the, men, why have I become invisible to you? A woman wrote this, okay? I'm fun, friendly, flirty, outgoing, intelligent, open-minded, honest, and sincere from the age of 13 until I became a mom at 30. I would get asked out almost on a daily basis. All right. Now in my late 40s, no one asked me out in years. I used to catch men of all ages looked at me. Now I would be flattered and smile back at them. Now men just don't even notice me at all. I'm still me. With some added this and added wrinkles, and I started asking men out, but no response have been. But the response, I'm sorry, I'm in a relationship, dating someone, etc. What advice do you have for me? Please don't say wrinkles, cream, liposuction. Thank you. Listen, dear, I hate to tell you this, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up this Reddit where the female is asking men. All right, look at this. She's asking men. I left some parts out. Some of the words could be triggering. Okay. Now, let me get this straight. You used to get asked out regularly in the 90s or even the 80s, and now you're not. Seriously, why are you shocked? You're in your late 40s, meaning you're close to 50 than 40. Most men of your age are either A, married, B, single not looking, or C, single but looking for young women to have a fling with. Not a lot of young men are looking to hook up with a woman that's older man than their mom. You admitted to being overweight or obese and more wrinkled, and no one gives a hoot that you still you. If your exterior has changed, it's your exterior that attracts the stranger's eye. You're invisible because you're not a young woman anymore. It's that simple. It's due to the fact that, okay, anyways, as for advice, you're obese. Go to the gym and get trimmed, slim down. Learn how to dress up at your age and highlight your best features. And moreover, just, anyways, as someone else pointed, harsh cannot find no logic here. And, well, this is the lesson of Father Time. And really, this should be called a woman hitting the wall with Father Time working his magic overtime every day, each day, to the women in their mid or late 40s, early 50s. Father Time has already hit your voice box. He's hit your every feature that made you beautiful. He took that away from you. He's giving you gray hairs. You're trying to cover it up with hair coloring material. He's giving you wrinkles. You can't take that. You can do Botox and all that, but you cannot defeat Father Time. He's working in overtime. He's taking away stuff, giving you flawless masculine features. No one wants to be with an older woman that has masculine features. And Father Time is very ruthless. Okay? So, I mean, everybody else saying physical attraction is very important to men. It just sounds like age has caught up to you. Age has nothing to do with it. I mean, I know of a woman who was 72 years old and she looked like she was in her 40s. She was 72, looked like in her 40s. She never touched beer. She never touched cigarettes. She never partied at a bar. She never stepped foot in a club and all that mess. You go in a club, your body's going to go south. You hit cigarettes, your body's going to go south. And keep believing that illusion that cigarette smoking, all, well, my parents lived to be 100 smoking cigarettes. Listen, listen, listen. Um, anyways. And somebody by the name of blah, 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 internet said, I do agree with you. Most women control dating about 15 to 35, and men, if they stay fit, productive, control it from 35 to 55 to tide shift. So this is for people out there that are young and dumb and full of, you know what, saying that men hit the wall hard. They're no longer good. They're no longer that. They're no longer blah, 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 blah. So my question to you is, have you ever dated someone older? Haven't you ever took a chance to give that person a try? Listen, women, I'm talking to you, okay? What if a man in his late 40s and 50s and 60s can outperform a 20-year-old in bed? Oh, no, I don't want that. You know, he already hit the wall. He's no good. So you're judging the book by its cover. You see? See, that man in that age group has got his stuff together. That's the one that actually took the initiative to grow up at what life throws at him, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? And tides do shift, okay? And for the women, it is rough out there. Let me tell you, it is rough. When a woman hits 30 to 35 on up to 40 and going in the 50s, the dating market is rough. Because you're going to believe this illusion that you can still get pregnant late in your age range. But I have bad news for you. According to biology, a woman's body goes through changes. Progesterone, a hormone that's responsible for helping a woman fall pregnant, along with estrogen and a little bit of testosterone, okay? All that plays, if it's all balanced, a woman will fall pregnant and have a healthy baby. Okay? If the hormones are out of whack. So let's just say the woman drinks and parties and stays up way late in the night and parties, and she's a party girl. She goes out hopping guy to guy and smoking cigarettes left and right. She lets herself go and embraces feminism ideology, which is a complete lie and utter BS. You know what I'm talking about, right? So you cannot fight biology. You cannot fight Mother Nature and Father God at the same time. You cannot fight these two. Cannot fight these forces. Now, someone named Balapung posted 8 years ago, not sure if trolling, obvious the fact you have kids and it's your late 40s makes a huge difference. What kind of men are you aiming for? Hopefully men around your own age is a similar life situation. that could be a factor, right? Maybe they're focusing on bettering themselves. Also, the fact the men you're asking out says they're taken probably means they are taken. So why does a woman want a man that's already taken? She can have a man that's available. We're just looking at logics. If a man is not taken, he can't be taken by you. Just give him a chance. Give him a chance. So, a man involved with a woman, the woman wants to go after that man too, right? And this is how relationship fight starts, so to speak. Now, most single men in their late 40s, 50s are genuinely looking for a relationship or not exactly cream of the crop. But hey, I tell you what, their money and their status is taking off. I'm not saying they're all bad or anything like that, but most of the best men are likely to be taken by them. And it is for the exact reason my mom gave up on dating several years ago. You know, by the way, the poster, I'm sorry your mom gave up on dating. To answer your question, I would like to meet a man my age who still wants to go out and have fun, dancing, hiking, rowing, etc. Yeah, to this person out here. By the way, I don't have kids at home anymore. My daughter left for university in September. I'm actually a college student too. Oh, wow. She left for university to have her fun. So the mom left to make up her own college debt. She's extroverted. Majority of the men are introverted in that age group. Majority of them are. Where are you going to find them guys at? You can't find them in bars. You can't find them. Well, if they're rowing and stuff, they're most likely just taking already. They're going out and they're taking a break from their work hobbies. You know? And so Alpha Gerbil posted, okay, on this. There are plenty of men who would date an OP. They probably aren't asking out women at random very much anymore. I have to agree with it because they're working on building up themselves in the gym. Single men your age are dating women in their 30s. I imagine the older the men get, the wider the dating pool. The inverse is true for women, so to speak. Okay? Now, all right. So, I became a mom at 30. I'm in my late 40s with added wrinkles. Mash on Men, Mash on Them said this. Here's the reason. Older women tend to be less attractive than their younger counterpart for various reasons. Already having a child can be a deal breaker for a lot of people. You can't stop aging. You already got children. Your best bet is to approach men yourself. You don't have the luxury of letting them come to you anymore. It's on you to find your own dates. I have to tell you, I agree with this. So, now, I mean, Now, I got called old on the job. I don't know if it's out of joke or out of spite. But I will tell you this. Anyways, I just want you to be aware of this. Um, the dating market is actually really, really overly saturated with single women. I mean, if you see someone getting married, some of them actually got lucky. So, it doesn't sound too perfect not to be true, but since you're baiting for it, why not? I'm fun, friendly, flirty, outgoing, intelligent, open-minded, honest, and sincere. Well, who cares? Plenty of unattractive people have those qualities. Physical beauty weighs heavily on the scales of eligible men. From age 13 till I became a mom at 30, I would get asked out on a daily basis. From puberty to 30, women are at the most fertile, thus physically appealing to men. In my late 40s, no one asked me out in years. Why would they? Extremely few women in their late 40s are physically attractive. I used to catch men of all ages looking at me. I would be flattered and smile. Now, well, obviously, you used to be young and attractive. You're old, which is not. Is it still some, okay? If someone got to know you, might well become romantically interested. You've been complaining about so far not catching men's eyes anymore. You got older. Men are more interested in looking at younger and more attractive women. All women go through that at this point. Yes. So, you have start asking men out and respond, I'm sorry, I'm in a relationship or dating someone, etc. Now, pursue is either bad luck or you're aiming too high. Your standards got to be in sync with your pulling power, which is drastically lower than it was when you were younger and better looking. I have to agree with this, okay? All right, I have to agree with this. Advice. Keep asking men out. Be aware that men your age have more options than women your age. After a certain age, tables turn. Men gaining the upper hand on the dating market. Well, the poster came back and said this. Wow, harsh but intelligent. This is my first ever internet post. I actually had to look up what troll meant, of course. I understand men want to look at and date beautiful young women. What I'm trying to find out is youth and beauty are the be all and end all when it comes to attracting a man. Would a 40 to 55-year-old man choose to be spending time and money on a 20 and 30-year-old woman who is constantly distracted by Facebook posts, texting friends, shows little interest, goes home alone at the end of the night, versus a 40 to 50-year-old woman who wants to spend her time perhaps overnight with him? So I mean, so somebody else said deleted my comment was harsh, but that's a substantial degree. All right. Because I thought it was likely you're a troll. Youth and beauty are not be all and end with all when it comes to attracting men. They're the big guns. Okay, nothing can outright compete with them. But a 40 to 55-year-old man spends his time and energy on a 20-year-old woman spends on her for the sex. Okay? There's nothing on earth more enthralling to men than the body of a very young woman. Her personal pursuits are irrelevant for him. In other words, she's glowing, okay? 40-year-old man who spends time and money on a 25-year-old woman, okay? Or a 40 to 55-year-old man who spends money on a 30-year-old woman wants the best of both worlds, youth and beauty, and some maturity. Get that. Saying that these women are constantly distracted by Facebook, blah, 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 show little interest in him is patently false. There are plenty of young women in mature mindset and with a mature mindset. It's akin to claiming that all 48-year-old women do is knit and collect coupons, scrapbook about their young age children. I didn't even know that. That's a good analogy right there. And these men do get overnight visits if they want them. Older man who is able to attract younger women is just enjoy the fruits of his labor. All right. Now to the women out there that actually want to listen to what this here says. What a woman his own age can offer is well balance, not as simply as good what the younger can offer. And this is the harsh reality. All right. However, the only applies to men who are attractive and accomplished enough to attract younger women. Of course, older women will be crazy about these men, but can't have them. Unfortunately, the LP fires back and says, "Sound like you're saying that once a woman reaches her 40s, it's game over." Um, you can believe what you will. You can believe this if you will, but when a woman hits her 40s, it is game over, and you cannot get pregnant after the 40s unless you keep your body up to eating healthy and stuff. I can't accept men that are that shallow. Wow. Wow. And then she goes to shaming the poster. Then Doc Rue fires back, I can't accept men that are that shallow. Okay, I'm sure there were men who were sexually, romantically invisible to you when you were in your 20s and 30s. There's nothing wrong with that. You're entitled to your preference, and you're not attracted to someone that is that fine. You have to accept this can happen to you too. And whoever deleted their profile said, "I'm certainly not being discouraging or being that encouraging." I realize that. I'm not saying it's game over. I'm 30. I cannot accept men that are shallow. Labeling men as shallow is a cop out. After a certain age, the tables turn. Eligible men, single men have more options than the single women. That doesn't mean these older single women can't find anyone. They are just have to consider whether or not their standards are in sync with the pulling power on the dating market. There are plenty of men of all ages who lament that women don't appreciate their inner qualities. Tough breast. That's how the world works. Then he fired back saying, "No, you should have made a commitment to a man before this point. Look, we get girls like you. We never want to settle down. You never want to make a commitment. You never wanted to share your life or your kids with anyone. Now you're alone because of choices you made, choices you're addicted to with the oxytocin rush of a new relationship. FFS, look at your post. You're pissed because you can't go on an endless spree of dates anymore. You are pissed that no one will commit, that you just cannot get the endless excitement and free fruit at dates, and you're just a 40-year-old teenager. Wow." Well, let's see what the LP says here. "You seem to be older than men who reply to my post. I think your anger can be attributed to some women who obviously led you on, would not commit. It's false." Huh. Well, actually, to think about it, huh. Now, now that is your business, but I've committed my heart and soul several times. Love of my life crashed a sports car in a bridge and died. A couple of years after, my high school sweetheart reappeared in my life and then died in a boating accident. There's more. I'll stop. I'll pause, think for your post. That means anything mean spirited towards. Mmm. You need some perspective. Listen, women. When younger guys, they do stunts that are dangerous. And that's why they call them young and dumb. They do stunts that are dangerous out there. While young men are growing up in their teens to 20s, they feel like their young female peers are incredibly shallow because they generally want older, more experienced, established, i.e., rich, confident men. Many young guys feel like, I'm still a great guy. Why does age, experience, status matter to these girls so much? So they should care more about personality and uniqueness. It's so shallow. I'm sure that you were once attracted to older and more mature men when you were young as well. So it is very frustrating. Young guys wonder why girls can't like them for themselves. Why can't age and social status, even men's height, seem to matter so much? Well, he's got to have a mansion. He's got to have sports cars. He's got to have billions of dollars in the bank. And he's got to have six-pack abs and blah, blah, blah. These crazy-ass standards. Meaningless standards. So, and oh, by the way, whoever wrote this wrote a very important piece. And this, you need to hear this. It's very frustrating. Young guys wonder why girls can't like them for themselves and all that and so matter so much. Short guys wonder why most girls won't date guys who are shorter than they are. It's so shallow. Whoa! Shy and insecure guys wonder why their outward confidence is so crucial, being attractive to women. Social confidence has very little to do with a person's true value and virtue in this age. But it is the deciding factor in when men get to have bedroom fun or not. Oh, it's so shallow. Poor and unemployed guys wonder why most girls won't date them because they can't pay for dates. It's so shallow. Ugly fat guys wonder why most girls won't date them. Girls don't care more about personality and all that. It's so shallow. You should take a long, hard look at the kind of men you accepted and rejected over the year. Bedroom fun attraction is extremely shallow and primal in both sexes. Both genders, actually. But you didn't notice that when you were young because you were in a position to benefit from men's shallow sexual attraction. So, I'm hoping that this message is getting out. So, I'm a 30-year-old woman still waiting to see my girlfriends be exactly to date anyone more than 5 years their senior. Reddit seemed to help bent a majority of 20, 30-year-old women add Jonesy for a 40-plus-year-old man. In reality, we want guys who can reminisce about the animaniacs who wonder why their parents let them watch Ren and Stimpy, not Beavis and Butthead. So, what I'm trying to figure out, youth and beauty is all being and then, sadly it is. So, new bad 1, 2, 3, you know, because 20 to 30-year-olds is in good shape is not old and they're physically more desirable. Okay? Not all 20 to 30-year-olds spend their time on the internet, so a guy has equal and not better. So, just a nail on one hot girl instead of older fits the woman. It's like choosing between a sports car or a 10-year-old minivan. Yes, vans have practical. 9 out of 10 are going to be going with a sports car. Now, I'm a man in his mid-40s, so if he was not married, would be open to dating a woman his age so long as she took care of her physical appearance educated or intellectually engaged with the world around her, didn't have any undue baggage, or did not have a history of bad behavior. Well, that dating in that age range is possible. You need to go seek individual counseling first and foremost. Men cannot fix broken women. You're going to have to go to individual counseling to get yourself straightened out to be dating material. And I watched a video to where a woman said that in her past relationships they were all about sex and then got beaten up and bruised and all that. She'll know what it's like for a man to get loved by a man. That's the mark. All right. I played football in the Ivy League school when I graduated. Phi Beta Kappa, followed by investment banking. Lost degree nonsense I witnessed with women from age 1830 is amazing. Not something that engenders a lot of mercy from guys my age. So the LP fires back, says, I'm hoping to hear from men in my age bracket. Thank you for a reply. Well, I do not carry any baggage or harbor any resentment. I have a history of bad behavior. Anyways. So, anyways. I'm just going to tell you this. Anyways. She went to the wrong place to ask for advice from men. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Video. And I'm hoping she finds someone who is willing to date her. But she says she has no baggage. She says she has none. Okay? I think she's lying there. So, anyways, I just want to get this out. When a woman hits the wall, she is not very desirable. I mean, life is unfair. So women go, oh well, me and you hit the wall. If that was the case, how come I'll go somewheres and my confidence inside me radiates from inward going out? Okay, my confidence radiates from within, and women see it. They see it. You know, I've been asked, have you ever been in a relationship? I said, yes, I have. Same woman, 13 years. Same woman. And not only had one woman hitting on me, I had about 5 of them, going up to 10. I had roughly 10 Hispanic women of a Hispanic origin hitting on me. I'm sorry, women, if you're going to tell me that men hit the wall like me, maybe you need to take a good look in the mirror. So anyways, It's a buyer's market. Therefore, the buyer's market is the buyers to men. And make no mistake, you cannot defeat Mother Nature or Father Time. You cannot defeat them two. Anyways, I'm done talking about this. And peace.